my channel. I'm Emerald Magnolia, and I decided to make a hair salon inspired by the one my friend works at. I also made a sim to go with it that resembles my friend. Somewhat. I took some liberties to change some stuff, and the changes were definitely not because I couldn't put a piercing where I wanted it to be. I also don't want to name her in case she doesn't want her name on a video. But anyway, I went to the hair salon to get my hair done recently at the place my friend works at, and I absolutely loved the vibes inside. Some of the areas were really zen, so I tried to use a lot of the spa day pack to replicate it. But starting off with the sim, I tried to make her very much like a hairstylist because that's what she is. Now, from my own knowledge, hairstylists tend to wear black or white clothing due to professional aspects. Now, this is not the case for their hair. They can do whatever crazy color they want. The only catch is that it has to look presentable, because the first thing people tend to look at in a hair salon is what their stylist's hair looks like. If you're getting your hair done, you'd want someone who knows what they're doing. Hence why you would feel a little weird going to someone that just threw their hair into a messy bun. So I tried to replicate that by giving her some nice casual but professional outfits to wear, along with some awesome custom content hair I found on Pinterest. My Pinterest is linked in the description along with a few other things. Check it out. It's got all of the mods I have in my game linked on, I think, one board. Other than that, she's pretty much got the entire look down, and I gave her a second outfit to be even more professional looking. By the way, this sim and the build will be on my gallery. My ID is Emerald Magnolia. She does have custom content, so make sure to check the box for it on my gallery page. Also, I show off the build at the end of my video through a somewhat montage. Stick around and watch it. Moving on now to the actual build. The first thing you might notice is the name. I decided to call it M's Salon and Spa. I named it this because the letters E and M are the first letters of my username, Emerald Magnolia. So I condensed it down to M. I'm so creative. This was a lot better than Movers and Shakers, which was the original name because it was a gym. You'll also notice the long array of items off to the side used to meet the requirement of the spa lot. Since it was a salon and spa type deal, I had to use Spa Day to make it a spa building. When you play, there will be nail techs at the chairs, but not at the haircutting stations because that is not actually functional in the spa buildings. Also, like I said before, the Spa Day pack helped me to replicate the zen vibes I felt when I was in the salon, so I used that pack to get the colors I wanted, which was mostly blues and greens, blacks, whites, and grays. I also tried to make the building similar to the ones near it, which I think I did a pretty good job with. So if you place this lot, make sure to replace the Movers and Shakers gym in Willow Creek. It fits much better with the surrounding area there. But anyway, I start off by making the front entrance waiting area for the spa and salon, and I used the main logo for Spa Day, which is that weird half circle thing. Originally, I wanted the new age music speakers in front, but eventually I moved them to the back because pop music seems more fitting for when you first walk in. There are about 6 haircutting stations from the Get Famous pack that I put down and tried to replicate the salon I went to by making the corner area I sat at to get my hair done. But obviously I changed the colors around to fit the scheme of the actual build. Later I also cluttered the vanities with some hair supplies, specifically hair dryers, combs, shavers, and other hair products that come in a bottle on the tables. At first I didn't want to use the vanity tables, but after a few times of testing them, they turned out to be perfect for what I wanted. I also put the black circle rug under the chairs to simulate the rug that the hairstylists use when they're cutting hair. And on the wall I put robes to simulate the little wraps they put around you to prevent hair from getting on you. I wanted to try and make it realistic, but I completely forgot to put a trash can and a broom to sweep the hair away. You can't have a stylist or their client slipping on the hair they just cut off. Even though you can't run a hair salon, I think I did well making it, and I certainly captured the vibes I wanted to go for. While I was researching building ideas, I found out there is actually a mod for hair salons, which is super cool. But anyway, I used lots of the neutral looking colors from the swatches that came with Spa Day, but when I did use color, like I said before, I used blues and greens. Originally I wanted it pink, but after I put some music on to build, I started vibing other colors. Since we don't have an actual hair salon pack in The Sims, I tried to do what I thought would work best for the hair wash station, which you'd be surprised to know I've actually made these before in the game. Not with mods though, I'm not that talented yet. Also for the wash station, I used the soap dispenser from the bathroom clutter kit to look like the shampoo shampoo and conditioner bottles they tend to have in the salons. I sized it up to make it look industrial size and just changed the colors around to make it look like different brands. The area with the bowls left a big influence on me because it was just so zen, which is why I tried to replicate it as best I could. The salon I went to also did this, but I put out a drink tray for the Sims that visit because places like this understand that people get thirsty. I also put a processing area, like if the Sims are getting their hair dyed. As for the nail area, I didn't really do much. I added some rugs underneath the chairs and made them darker because they're working with nail polish and gels and things like that. I'm not too sure what really goes on in the nail sections of salons. I've never really went to get my nails done. But a third thing you might notice is that I used the tragic clown painting from the base game. So after I built the salon, I went back in and used some of my personal Sims to take some photos that I displayed around the place. These photos replaced the tragic clown painting, so don't worry too much about that. So again, make sure to turn on the include custom content items on my gallery page because for some reason it registers my Sims photos as custom content. I thought it would be funny to sneak the tragic clown painting in at least one of my builds. He's probably one of my favorite Sims NPCs, even though I never have him in my game. I was tempted to keep the paintings simply because you would have to turn on custom content otherwise, but I needed to change them out anyway for the little montage I do at the end, which is coming up shortly because it is the end of the video now. This was really fun to make, and I really want to thank my friend for not only my haircut, but also for giving me a nice time in her place of work. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, consider liking and subscribing. I don't post on a consistent schedule, so make sure to turn on notifications if you do subscribe or follow my socials, specifically Tumblr and Pinterest. Everything should be linked in the description. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!